Forget everything you think you know about Egypt, because today we're diving deeper, beneath the pyramids, across the Nile, and into the colors of Cairo's beating heart. I'll climb into ancient tombs, ride secret boats, and by the end, I'll turn the entire trip into this painting. Stay with me. You're about to see a side of Egypt most travelers never do. Cairo hits you like a wave. Tight streets, people everywhere, horns, stray cats and dogs darting between market stalls. If you don't have a guide, you'll drown. That's why I'm here visiting my brother and his family. And that's why you're coming with me. Because travel means more when it is shared. And every moment becomes a little more magical when you experience it together.
It's crazy.
And then there is this, the pyramids of Giza. No matter how many pictures you've seen, they hit different in person. They're heavy with silence, as if they're holding the weight of thousands of years. I kept thinking, how did these structures survive sandstorms, conquerors, earthquakes, and yet here they are? It is humbling. It reminds you, leave something behind that matters.
حبيبي عامل ايه ابو سيام؟
Well, there is only one proper way to come see the pyramids, and that's on a camel. Is this what it feels like to be a nomad? Don't look now, but I think I'm being followed. It is 94 degrees. It is really hot, but I wouldn't miss this for the world.
The pyramids are legendary, but today I'm going where most tourists don't. Deep inside the Queen's burial chamber, an 88-foot, tight, cramped tunnel that you navigate going backwards.
A whole lot of space in here. It's pretty awesome. And I'm going back in time.
Down here, it gets harder to breathe, but you truly feel like those early treasure hunters.
It's really humid and hot.
My heart's pounding. It's claustrophobic and hot.
There's the other side.
But down here, you touch history not too many people see. At the end of the journey, a vacant chamber. The Queen's sarcophagus and mummy have been moved to the Cairo Museum. The Egyptian Museum isn't just a building. It's a vault of memory, a collection of humanity's boldest ideas carved in stone and gold. I found myself sketching mental images constantly. The richness of pattern and design was everywhere. As an artist, you don't just visit places like this, you mine them for inspiration. Inside the museum, in dark chambers, some 20 mummies of various pharaohs spanning many dynasties lay waiting. Unfortunately, photography was forbidden in this part, so I got no images from these mummies. Still, they are worth the trip and displayed amazing details like hair, skin, and nails. After climbing deep underground, we rose back to the surface and slowed things down. A horse carriage through the quiet streets of Giza feels like stepping into a place that history has long forgotten. This surreal journey through time was easily one of my favorite little memories. Here, I cut off the background music so you can experience what it felt like to ride through these narrow streets, even for just a minute. On our way, we stopped at a papyrus workshop where we learned how the ancient Egyptians made the first paper.
In fort, green part is very strong, so green part is to make cap, sandals, baskets, because green part is very, very strong. When you pull like this, nobody, try. If you break it, I give a very big gift. Oh no.
He's the weaker brother.
From soaking the stalks to pressing the sheets, this process was all done by hand. There is something powerful about working with your hands in a tradition that's 4,000 years old. It reminds you, some things are worth preserving. I got some souvenirs here that will ensure this trip will not be soon forgotten. Papyrus art, a decorative lamp made from alabaster onyx, and Egyptian fragrance in oil. One of the best things about traveling is food, and here food is everywhere. To understand Egypt, you need to taste it. Falafel, Egyptian bread, and grilled meats. Our guide took us from local markets to fancy restaurants with breathtaking views. One of my favorite things in the morning was a smoked salmon sandwich with lime mint tea. Everywhere, people smiled when I tried to say, "Shukran," thank you, with my awkward accent. There is a warmth here, a pride, and a hunger to share.
That's funny.
Then came Khan el-Khalili, Cairo's most famous bazaar. It's loud, packed, chaotic, and absolutely breathtaking. As a Westerner traveler, you feel a little out of the rhythm at first. But that's the point. You're not here to find comfort. You're here to find color and texture. And the bazaar does not disappoint. Once again, having someone who knows the twists and turns of the bazaar, someone who can help navigate language barriers and ward off price gougers or aggressive vendors is not just helpful, it's essential. As we walked, we stopped frequently to take photos. But it's this alley, this shot that I snapped. That's the scene I knew I would paint back home. I have always wanted to sail the Nile, but not on a cruise ship, on a felucca, the traditional sailboat Egyptians have used for centuries. Here, the river speaks in whispers, and floating here, you realize how much life has flowed through these waters long before us and long after. At night, all the feluccas light up like Christmas trees, and that brings its own charm and romance to the Nile. But every city wears two faces. One it shows the world, and one it keeps for itself. Cairo is no different. Behind the golden temples and towering pyramids, there is another Cairo, one stitched together with concrete and grit. Clotheslines flutter between windows, satellite dishes bloom like steel flowers, and life pulses through every crack. Here we are passed by two microbuses, masra, as they're called here, packed wall to wall with commuters. No air conditioning, no space to breathe, just determination and motion. This is Cairo's version of Uber. Not an app, but a rhythm. An unspoken system of stops, hand gestures, and trust. And that's what struck me. The resilience, the ingenuity, the will to keep moving, no matter what. A week later, my time sadly was up, and I had to return home. As I returned, I brought home thousands of memories. Even some silly ones. But one moment, that lantern-lit alley stayed brightest. The light bouncing off of brass lamps, scarves fluttering above the alley, souvenirs stacked like treasure, this will become the painting. So, I did what I always do. I turned memory into color. From the very first pencil line, I knew this piece would be a world with a frame. The bazaar wasn't just visually complex, it was alive. lanterns dangling like stars in a low sky, spices heaped like treasure, small souvenirs tightly packed, and voices echoing through narrow stone corridors. I don't have a finished style in mind, only a feeling. Something aged, something sacred. I leaned into earthy tones, sun-washed browns, dusty golds, ochres droned from the desert itself. Layer by layer, the painting unfolded, and with every stroke, I was transported back to the scent of saffron and leather, the distant call to prayer, the quiet awe of ancientness woven into everything. This isn't just a painting. It's a portal, a memory captured in pigment, a story told in color, in silence, in time suspended. It's Cairo, not as I saw it, but as I felt it. And maybe, just maybe, you feel it too. Cairo is loud. Cairo is messy.
Let's do it. This guy got
But
no
Cairo
lights.
is alive. And if you open your heart to it, it will leave colors inside you forever.